The Los Angeles Lakers are entering a new era of the franchise in 2025 to 26, with Luka Doncic preparing for his first full season in LA and coming off a successful summer of slimming down and leading Slovenia to the quarterfinal round in the Eurobasket 2025, and LeBron James potentially playing out his final campaign with the purple and gold. Where Austin Reaves fits in this new era is a big question Rob Pelinka probably doesn't yet know the answer to. Reaves can get a contract for up to 5 years and roughly $246 million during his next round of negotiations with the front office. Zach Lowe revealed on Tuesday's episode of the Bill Simmons podcast that the Lakers may not want to pay Reaves in a post-LeBron, Luka-centric landscape in 2026 and beyond. What if things just go very badly this season for Austin Reaves with the Lakers? What if it's like, "Oh, you asked me to come off the bench, extension talks, they couldn't really get started because you couldn't offer me enough. But I'm not sure. Do you really value me enough in a Luka world? LeBron is still here. Is he retiring? If he's retiring, is that good for my future in LA? I'm just saying, there's a world in which it goes," Lowe wrote. Reaves became a star next to LeBron and, particularly, Anthony Davis. His counting stats increased, and his shooting splits didn't fluctuate much after Davis was swapped for Doncic. Still, some see the ball-dominant nature of Reaves and Luka eventually being a clunky fit. Doubling up on similar offensive skill sets in the era of the second tax apron isn't a smart play. Pelinka has been very deliberate about his roster building, minus some overpays following their 2023 WCF run. Former three-time NBA champion in Los Angeles, Robert Horry, doesn't believe giving Reaves the max is the way forward for the Lakers. If the Lakers are smart, they would do a sign-and trade. And the reason I say that is because when you have a team with two players who are pretty much the same, meaning Luka and AR, I'm not saying they have the same skill set, they play the same position, pretty much do the same thing. It's a wash. Don't get me wrong, I love AR, but you don't need two of the same players, Horry said on his podcast. We'll see how things play out over the next year. Based on this past February's arrival of Doncic in LA, there's no telling what could happen. The Los Angeles Lakers have several roster questions looming, and one of the biggest centers on Austin Reaves. After a breakout season in which he hit career highs across the board, Reaves has positioned himself as one of the NBA's most valuable complementary scorers. His offensive versatility made the Lakers dangerous last season, even if pairing him alongside Luka Doncic defensively raised concerns. Now, with unrestricted free agency on the horizon, one insider believes Reaves is about to cash in big. Austin Reaves could top $100 million. Reaves was ranked the NBA's 60th best player by ESPN heading into the 2025-26 season. That ranking came with a bold projection from reporter Dave McMenamin. Reaves and his representatives turned down a 4-year, nearly $90 million contract extension offer from the Lakers in June, setting himself up to test unrestricted free agency next summer and sign a new deal worth well over $100 million. It's a major gamble for the 27-year-old guard, but one that looks likely to pay off given his rising profile. Lakers still hope to keep Reaves. The Lakers continue to believe in Reaves. Governor Jeannie Buss made her stance clear earlier this year, calling him a vital piece of the franchise. He just keeps proving himself over and over and over again. "We're just lucky to have him," Buss told ESPN in April. Still, Los Angeles faces an uphill battle. If the team opts to start Marcus Smart for defensive balance alongside Doncic and LeBron James, Reaves may find himself relegated to the bench. That scenario could push him to explore a bigger role and a bigger paycheck elsewhere. What the Lakers get from Reaves. Last season, Reaves averaged 20.2 points for 0.5 rebounds and 5.8 assists while shooting 46% from the field and 37.7% from three. His offensive arsenal makes him an ideal third scorer on a contending roster, and multiple teams would likely line up with max-level interest. For the Lakers, the decision is clear. If they value Reaves as a cornerstone, they'll need to commit to him both financially and in the rotation. Otherwise, he may decide to chase a bigger role and a brighter spotlight outside Los Angeles. LeBron James' future still looms over Lakers. While Reaves' contract situation draws headlines, the bigger picture in Los Angeles continues to revolve around James. Now entering his 23rd NBA season, the 40-year-old forward remains one of the league's top players, but questions about how much longer he'll keep going are unavoidable. James averaged 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 8.2 assists last season, shooting over 51% from the field and nearly 38% from deep. The production hasn't slowed, but even his agent Rich Paul has hinted that fans should appreciate the present when it comes to LeBron's career. The Lakers are chasing one more title with James while preparing for life without him. That dual challenge, keeping stars like Reeves while managing LeBron's eventual exit, may define the direction of the franchise in the years ahead. One of the Los Angeles Lakers' top priorities this offseason was the pursuit of a starting big man to balance out their roster. Among the several targets the team was connected to before the signing of DeAndre Ayton, Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler generated a considerable amount of traction. Although Los Angeles came up short in its pursuit of the Jazz center this offseason, recent updates by The Athletic's Tony Jones suggest that the Lakers could have an opportunity to sign him next summer. Jones reported that Utah isn't expected to offer Kessler a rookie-scale extension this summer, which would make him a restricted free agent in the 2026 offseason. He highlighted the reasoning behind the Jazz's decision when he wrote, "The answer is simple: money. And the NBA is a business. The Jazz see themselves as trying to end their time near the bottom of the NBA barrel as soon as next summer. By not signing Kessler now, he would have a cap hold of $14.9 million next summer, which would give the Jazz enough space to keep Kessler's hold and still do work in free agency. Then, theoretically, the Jazz and Kessler can come to an agreement. Because Utah holds Kessler's bird rights, the Jazz would be able to exceed the cap by signing him. If Utah extends Kessler now, his cap hold would be whatever that contract dictates, which could make the franchise less flexible from a money standpoint." Jones' point aligns with the Jazz's roster management practices this summer. Utah created cap space for next summer by trading away players such as Colin Sexton and John Collins for draft capital and expiring contracts. While this paints a promising picture for Utah, who are expected to have enough room to negotiate an extension with Kessler, Los Angeles is also projected to be a team with enough cap space to offer an enticing deal for him. Kessler was linked to the Lakers in trade rumors earlier this summer, with the Jazz also showing an inclination to engage in negotiations. Unfortunately, this deal fell through after Utah signaled its intent to retain the big man. The 2026 offseason will be interesting for the Lakers. Given the current roster makeup, after finalizing an extension for Luka Doncic, LA will only have 5 active players on its roster, not including players such as Austin Reeves, who have player options for the 2026-27 season. While some may opt in, Reeves is likely to decline his $14.9 million option, freeing up more cap space. With several expiring contracts on their current payroll, the Purple and Gold are expected to see approximately $111.5 million coming off the books next season. With significant cap space available, the Lakers could realistically present the Jazz with a sizable offer to sign Kessler. The Jazz big man has shown the potential to be one of the best defensive big men in the league. At 24, Kessler has tremendous upside as an inside presence and a lob threat. Last season, he averaged 11.1 points, 12.2 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks per game on 66.3% shooting from the field. Due to his status as a restricted free agent, the Lakers may have some trouble signing him. Since Utah will also have the cap space to match an offer sheet presented by Los Angeles, the Lakers must be tactical in how they approach making an offer for the 24-year-old center. The decision to sign Kessler next summer would also be dependent on the Lakers' roster construction approach this season. With reports indicating that the team is willing to sacrifice cap space next summer to compete for a title now, the Lakers' payroll for the 2026 offseason could be subject to some changes.